Howdy, folks. My name is Alex, otherwise known as For the Z. Welcome to episode 45 of the Churner's Digest. As always, we'll start this episode with our disclaimer. I'm not a financial or tax advisor. This is not financial or tax advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, but please enjoy. As always, shout out to the Patreon. Last episode, we introduced the Patreon tier for Discord access. So we've had some members join in there. So I've had some people asking me, let me see specifically who asked. It was Boss Car. Boss Car and I had a discussion in the general channel. They had some thoughts of what exactly my vision of the Patreon was, or my vision of the Discord was, excuse me. And I was hoping for sort of a more chill, not as, what's the term, active Discord as other places. I know places like Kai's Discord and I forget the Turning Life's name, but their Slack are both very active and I can't keep up there. I do like seeing Kai's like summaries that he sends out. I think they come out once a month and I do read those. But my hopes is that this one's not nearly as active. Some more intimate conversations, a space to share some more quieter ideas or activities that you're doing, a place to ask me some questions, just chit chat back and forth. I do post things in there occasionally. I did want some feedback for those that are on the Patreon. Maybe I'll just post a poll there, but I know that I do send like lightning deals on the Patreon, and I was considering just doing it through Discord. And if you have any tier on Patreon that's a paid tier, I'll give you access to like a notifications channel, and I can do a ping there. I'll definitely open up a poll on Patreon to get feedback from users if they prefer that or just the Patreon notifications, because maybe some people have noisy Discords and don't want more Discord notifications. And they like that I do it through Patreon, but I think Discord is a more conducive place for things like that. And we can start threads off of it and have discussions. I know that Patreon isn't great for that. Their UI isn't fantastic, but I figured I'd toss that out there. Also wanted to call out that, as always, shout out to Kung Fuer and Cleed for their Cleed tier, but not only do they get to be called out every episode, but they do have some added benefits on the Patreon, on the Discord, they get some specific features. They get access to a Cleed tier exclusive Discord channel, as well as they get some enhanced features on the Discord. Like, I do know Kung Fuer and Cleed pretty well. I've talked with them in Discord channels or Discord servers for like years at this point. So they get mod status. So right now, technically, anyone in the Cleed tier will get mod status, but that may not stay the same depending on if a lot of people join or if some nefarious actors decide to join. Well, they're not mods, but they have certain acts. I think they're able to create like channels and maybe give like colors to users, and they can do text to speech, which I think is really funny. So they can make any message they send do text to speech on like your phone or your Discord. And obviously within reason, if that becomes out of hand, I can just remove it. But I figured I'd call that out. It's not just a money sink for $10. And speaking of the Patreon, we did have some new members join from last week. So we have Sri, Jordan, Ross, Bobby, SG, Jason, and Nick. So welcome to all of you. And shout out to all those members that upgraded from whatever tier they were on to the Patreon tier. I think we had a few of those. So welcome. Like I said, I don't think the Discord is going to be super active. Like, I appreciate your support, trying to cultivate like a smaller community. That doesn't mean don't join. You could always join for a month and then leave, and then come back later. Whatever you like. Any support helps. All right. I think final admin thing. I did get a $50 upgrade checking referral come in. That was from work. I know someone used my referral there. No, that's through Wealthfront. I don't think they tell me the name of whoever used my link. I know Wealthfront does, but Upgrade does not. All right. First off, I think I called out Cedar Rapids Bank Trust account for their max account for a $333 checking bonus. It was originally open for anyone out of state. Then they closed down the applications pretty quickly, but said that they would honor anyone who applied. I was denied. They just said we couldn't open your account at this time. And they opened it back up again, but exclusively for residents of Iowa, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. So if you're interested, hop on that. It seems like a pretty easy one, but I did not get approved, and I heard a bunch of other people in the comments that also were denied for that. So how unfortunate. Next, I don't know where I heard this, but I think I read it on Reddit, but I don't have the source for it. I saw that the Apple Card also have a balance forgiveness, and I already have both of my Barclays cards hooked up to a $1 subscription on Patreon to, I think it's for TechMoan and Technology Connections. Two fantastic channels. If you have not subscribed to them or know of their material, they're incredible. I honestly feel bad only giving them $1. Like, I love their, like, I don't know if y'all have this, but there's some content creators that when they upload a video, will absolutely watch it, whatever it is. Like, I just love the way that they create their content and their material. And those two are channels that I absolutely love consuming their content. They just make great videos, great topics, especially TechMoan. It doesn't get too many, like, don't want to say not too many, but like hundreds of thousands of views, like in the low hundreds. Really great content, like retro tech. He does a good job. He's a funny guy. Definitely give it a listen. But I now have the Apple Card as well, and don't really know what I'm going to use it for. So I figured I'd just buy iCloud, even though I don't really have a dominant iPhone. I have it as my work phone, but I bought the $50 gigabyte tier for 99 cents, and that should be forgiven by Goldman Sachs on that card. So free 50 gigs for, I guess, my family. You can also invite family to that, so you can share those 50 gigs among your family members. I mean, 50 gigs isn't really that much, but hey, it's free. All right, up next, we have FNBO and Sheets partnered to launch a new co-branded card from Dr. of Credit. The card is, according to Dr. of Credit, trash and not worth considering, specifically Will. It gets 50 cents per gallon as a statement credit for the first 30 days after Sheets Visa account opening. 20 cents per gallon as a statement credit. 7 cents per gallon on instant savings at every pump for every day. 3 cents per gallon on instant savings at every pump every day. Must be registered online. What the hell is it? Oh, one is for Sheets Visa card and one is the My Sheets Rewards Instant Savings. I don't really know what the hell the difference is there. I think it's just 10 cents off every gallon at a pump. And then 5% back in store and then 1% on all other purchases. Yeah, not really much to write home about. Kind of a nothing burger here. User James Wagner in the comments did make a interesting point that you can prepay the gas in store, so that should probably get 5%. And since you're earning 5% in store, you can also get gift cards, and they apparently frequently have promotional gift cards in sale in store. So, I mean, I don't think it's very useful, but I figured I'd call that out. Next, we got I applied and was approved for the Chase bonus for it's specifically any direct deposit within 90 days and get $300 to the checking, and then also open the savings, deposit $15,000 within 30 and keep it for 90 for $200, and then you do both, you get an extra $400. So I went and opened the account. I created a coupon a while ago because I wasn't sure if this was going to expire, but it now expires in October. So in my email, it has like open the checking, open the savings, open both. I clicked open both. It only prompted me to make a checking account. I was like, that's weird. Didn't ask me for a promo code or anything. Went through and opened the account. I called them because I went to click the savings button, and the savings button just brought me back to open a checking account. I'm like, okay, I guess I don't have a checking. I guess I can't open the savings account. I called to verify that my checking account had the coupon applied. It didn't. They manually applied the coupon. I said, how do I get the savings? They said, oh, just open it up and I can attach the coupon for you. I opened up the savings account. They said, we're reviewing your account. I got an email that says they're reviewing your account. We'll get back to you. And the agent was like, oh, you have to wait until it shows up in your portal and then call back and we can apply it. Next day, actually, I think later that day, the savings account applied in my portal or appeared in my portal. I called. The agent said since the coupon was already used, they can't apply it to my savings account. So they have to escalate me to a manager. So they escalated me to a manager and they attached the coupon. Now for both the checking and the savings account, the bonus tracker is showing, which is good. The agent also asked me where I would like the additional bonus of 400 to be put into what account. I said the checking. So I know that I'm eligible for both. I've set up the direct deposit already. Actually, I need to check and see if that check and see if the tracker moved from my direct deposit. It was a real one, but I'm still curious. And I also scheduled a pull in or a push out from Ally. I think from Ally. No, a pull in from Chase. Pull into Chase from Wealthfront for the 15,000. Oh wow! Oh my God! The checking $300 bonus already posted. All right, I gotta go post everywhere that this happened. That was really quick. So open the account on. Man, I can't believe how quick that was. The Chase account I opened on the 22nd of July. The direct deposit came in on the 26th of July, and then the $300 bonus came in on the 30th of July. So within a week and a day, I got $300. That's crazy. Super fast. So now I'm just going to wait on the $300 or the $200 from the savings, and then to be put in tandem with the $300 from the checking plus the $400 from both would be $900 total. Nice and easy sign-up bonus. Definitely recommend doing these. You're eligible. Let me see. I had a link here that told me. Where the hell? Someone asked, is the bonus eligibility 2 years from the coupon enrollment date or 2 years from the date I received the bonus? And the answer is when you open the account with the promo code and enroll in the bonus. So the day that you had the account opened and the coupon applied. So for me, it might be a little bit off because my savings was opened. Oh no, I got them both open the same day. So I should be eligible since I opened on the 22nd of July of 2024. I'll be eligible the 22nd of July, 2026. So I guess I'll see y'all and see you Chase in 2 years. All right, next there is a $75 sign-up bonus for One Finance. I already have a One Finance account, so I'm not eligible for this, but the bonus is through Rakuten or Swagbucks. I definitely recommend Rakuten over Swagbucks. Both are offering a $75 bonus. The Rakuten one requires a $200 deposit. Swagbucks requires a $30 deposit. There's also an addition $25 bonus showing in the One app for adding your one debit card to Apple Pay in front of your account and activating a cashback award. Should be pretty simple and straightforward. They also offer 5% APY up to $250,000. Let me see if there's some data points on how quickly this bonus posted. Someone reported that for Swagbucks, open the account on the 23rd, use the built-in add money feature to pull in $35 from TD on the 24th, and then received a text from Swagbucks on the 26th stating that the 7,500 Swagbucks is on the way. Pretty quick. Next, we have... I was reading through Reddit on our churning, and Burritos Are Life 91 shared a new cashback portal that they created called SaveWise. And it looks like its benefit over like cashback monitors, it has historical data, so it'll tell you like when it has high offers in the past. I remember when I looked. Let me see. I'm looking at J. Crew right now. Apparently, they're offering 3% at Top Cashback. Let's see if Cashback Monitor has the same thing. I buy a lot of clothes at J. Crew. Honestly, it's one of those things where I shop there so frequently. Like I know that store credit cards aren't great, but I shop there so often that it's probably worth it for me. I should get on that. It looks like Cashback Monitor also reflects the same amount, but I don't see a way to see like the historical value for it. Oh, you have to sign up to see the historical history. No complete sign up to see the standards. Honestly, I don't think I'll use this. I mean, I like Cashback Monitor because it's so simple. It's just built so it's old, but it's old looking, but it works great. I'm used to it. I don't like this newfangled UI. I don't like how like at least I'm on desktop, and all the items are very big. They're like big cards that spread my whole screen. It's a lot of wasted space. Not a big fan of that. But I figured I'd share it and see if anyone liked it. It's called getsavewise.com. The link is in the show notes on the companion site at fearthe2.com. Next was definitely Dr. Credit's funniest post of the year. If y'all live under a rock, CrowdStrike had a outage that caused massive issues across all of the internet. And I think like the next day, Dr. Credit shared that American Express offer for 40% back on CrowdStrike. I don't know if this is a joke. I don't know if I definitely did not see it. I guess I would be surprised if they did make it a joke, but the comments are pretty funny. I broke both ankles and cracked 3 ribs running into the comments. Just here to read the comments. Let's see if anybody else said anything else. There should be a way to sort by updates. Good timing. I need new security software. The only one I've been using keeps crashing my computer. Nice. That would be the funniest deal ever posted by Dr. Credit. LMAO. Bahahaha. All right, I'm not going to stop reading the comments. There's no way. That's just really funny. Next was a little thing I experienced with Join Save. Let me pull up my Join Save. I might as well give an update while I'm here. My Join Save accounts are maturing. They mature at a year. And I received an email saying like, oh, make sure you go in and choose your election of what you want to do with your account. You can either reinvest it for the year or just pull your earnings out. And I decided to just pull my earnings out. I think I did a breakdown last time. And I said I was pulling my earnings out. But you go in and you click review your maturing investments, and then it tells you what accounts you're withdrawing to. And you can click the change button and select a new account. Well, I went and did that, and the account didn't update in the UI. And I was like, huh. So I went to the other one, and I have 4 of them. I went to each one and changed it, and it would only show one of them as having updated. And I'm like, that's really bizarre. And then it said that you can only make edits to 2 of them in a day. So like I had to come back the next day. And I also went and tried to add a new account because it had my old Juno account that isn't even a real thing anymore. That still has 4,000 of my dollars somewhere. Well, nowhere, because someone, I don't even know, not offensive about it. But it's gone essentially. And I went to go add a new account and it wouldn't let me verify the account. Like it just said pending verification. It wouldn't give me an option to verify it. So I submitted a support ticket and they finally got back to me. I think it was after like a day, so it wasn't too long. But they said that it takes a few days for the UI to update when you make these changes. So lo and behold, I went back a few days later and they were all updated to the new account. And I was eventually able to get one account added. I think I was able to link my Ally account and my Wealthfront account, or just my Wealthfront and my Ally wouldn't go through, something like that. Let's see, linked accounts. Interesting. It says my Wealthfront account is not verified, but I have the account set as my withdrawal account. I don't know what's going to happen. It gets matured in 17 days. I'm not worried. My total gains are $348. I think it went down since last time we talked. But that's really just because of the referrals. So shout out to all you who use my referral link. Next was a pretty great deal. This has happened before. They've offered this, but if you're a Verizon subscriber, I think it works for both Fios and wireless. But you can go into Verizon Play Plus, I think is what it's called, and they're making an offer where you sign up for Peacock Annual for $80, and you get Netflix Premium for a year for free. And Netflix Premium is $275, which my family already pays for, and so does my dad separately. So that's like a $200 savings on each account. So I asked both of them for permission, logged into their Verizon Plus account, Verizon account, went to the Play Plus section, signed up for Peacock. Then you had to, or I bought Peacock through Verizon Plus. Then you have to register your Peacock account. If you already have a Peacock account, it's fine. You just sign in and it'll link it. And then after you do that, you can activate your Netflix account, which again, you can use a pre-existing account, and then it's all set. It took maybe like 5 minutes, and it saved me $200. It seems like some people are offered this, some people aren't. these accounts that I use this on are pretty old accounts, and they're Verizon Wireless accounts. One of them is just one with an unlimited line. Another one is with 2 unlimited lines. So maybe it matters for some reason. Not sure. Next, I showed this as a lightning deal, but Pepper was offering 15% off of Airbnb gift cards, which nets to about 20% off after credit card rewards, which is kind of crazy. And I already have had $1,500 worth of Airbnb gift cards, so I just bought an extra 1,000. It seemed like it was unlimited amounts. Like, I think they have a limit of like maybe $5,000 per day, but like we normally don't ever see this big of discount in Airbnb. I don't really even know how Pepper's still around, and we'll talk about a little bit of update that happened here shortly. But now I have $2,500 worth of Airbnb gift cards. I put a screenshot in the show notes of my new gift card balances. I don't know. Thought it would be interesting. And this deal has since expired. It was just for the day. So I guess you snooze or lose. Next, there was a pretty big Pepper update. Is this the link? Yeah, this is the link. I'm going to just read what Dr. Credit shared about the update. The new rate for Amazon, Lowe's, Airbnb, Delta is 4%. Home Depot, Target, Instacart, Uber, DoorDash are 3%. Walmart and Best Buy are 2%. While there are a whole bunch of smaller merchants showing 8 or 7%, like Petco, PetSmart, Under Armour, and more are showing 8%, like Nike, Adidas, and many more are showing 7%. It's not clear whether these rates will be fixed or all rates that will be changed daily or weekly. We'll see how everything develops over time. In any case, for now, there are still many useful rates, though most people will consider this overall downgrade from what was before due to the top big box retailers being lowered. I think a lot of people are using this for just 5% off of Amazon in addition to your credit card rewards, which you can get 10% off of Amazon. I mean, I'm not a big manufactured spender, so not super valuable to me, but I figured I'd share this update. I mean, their email describing what changed was pretty difficult to understand. I don't even want to read it. I didn't really get it, so I'm just going to leave it. But I think Dr. Credit did a good synopsis, and it makes a lot more sense in my head than whatever the heck they were trying to yap about. Next, my Discover targeted $200 savings bonus credited. So I've given a link to my Dr. Credit post in the comments with my data point, as well as my Reddit post with the comments and the data point, in the comments. Excuse me. The bonus was make a deposit of $15,000 or of at least $15,000 or $25,000 by April 26th and hold it until June 25th. And if you did the $15,000, you got $100. If you did the $25,000, you did $200. So my data points were my account was sitting at around less than $100 for a while. I received the bonus. I received the targeted bonus. I opened the account back in 2021 with a bonus attached back then as well. So for me, I deposited the funds on April 16th, $25,000. On June 27th, I withdrew my $25,000. On July 18th, I received an email that said your bonus is on the way. And then on the 21st of July, I received the $200 credit. So pretty quick, pretty easy payout. I mean, it's targeted, but I love these little bonuses like this. Next, I have a bit of a travel update to give y'all. Nothing, I guess, kind of crazy. I had a wedding in Boise. I think I teased this a couple times that I'd be taking some time off. It was a beautiful wedding. Unfortunately, Boise was very smoky. I think there's fires in Oregon as well as I think the sixth largest wildfire in California history going on. So the air was visibly smoky and smelled like burning wood, which is kind of a nice smell, but obviously not good for you. If you're familiar with the AQI, normally it hovers around 30 or 50 where I'm at. It was at 160 when I was there, so definitely not great breathing conditions. But because of the trip, I have some travel to share. So I flew from Logan to Boise, from BOS to BOI. I do find their airport tag to be pretty funny. I think BOI is just funny. Boy. I did go to a bunch of lounges, and if you're interested in like my lounge visit spreadsheet, it's on the Patreon. So a little as $1 can get you in there just to view it. It just tracks all the different lounges I've been to, whether it be Priority Pass or now Centurion. I went to my first one on this trip. But when I arrived in Boston in the Terminal E, I was flying Terminal E because I was flying Sun Country. I've never flown Sun Country before, and you'll see why I probably won't fly Sun Country again. But they fly out of Terminal E, which is the international terminal at Logan, which is bizarre to begin with. And they do have a lounge there, but it was really early in the morning, and I just wanted some breakfast. So I went to Stephanie's Breakfast in Terminal E. I know last time I shared that Priority Pass might be getting removed from Stephanie's, but that was for the other Stephanie's in Terminal B. This one still worked fine. When I arrived at the airport, I did use Clear and actually did use TSA PreCheck, so you can use Clear and PreCheck at the same time. Honestly, Clear kind of doesn't really do anything. I'm realizing that the main benefit of Clear is that you don't have to show your ID, but instead you have to have an agent come over and they touch a bunch of buttons on a screen, and then they tell you to move your eyes, and I always have to squint down and get closer. Then it's like, boop, you're good. But then later on one of my flights, I got randomly checked for. It was like, oh, random ID check, so they had to check my ID anyway. So I don't even get the benefit of not having to show my ID. Also, when I was going through PreCheck, I always, as always, somehow got randomly selected for a hand swab. So I go through and the alarm goes beep, beep, beep. Oh, random selection. I go to the side. The agent was very stern. He said, put your hands out. I put my hands out. Swabs the front and the back. He's like, don't touch anything. I'm just standing there with my hands in front of me okay. And he's like, oh, you're all good. Have a nice day. Also, after I got through PreCheck, I'm going up the escalator. Actually, it was before PreCheck. I'm going up the escalator with my luggage, and I hear a scream from behind me, and the woman just screaming, help, help. Some older woman fell down the escalator. She was at the bottom of the up escalator and stepped on and somehow lost her footing and was just tumbling down the stairs. The woman that fell wasn't making any noises, but the people around her were screaming for help. That I was at the top of the escalator, so I wasn't going to run down through the crowd of people to try and help this woman. There were already a bunch of people there to help her. I think she was okay. There was a swarm of people. It was quite the scene. I just kind of kept walking. I'm like, oh, well, good luck. But Stephanie's Breakfast was good. When I showed them that I had a Priority Pass, they were like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me go get the kiosk because a lot of the Priority Passes don't work. I find it really funny that the restaurants also don't even know how Priority Pass works. It's so convoluted that you can use Priority Pass, but from what I've seen, in the membership in the app, it doesn't explicitly say when you'll be able to access a restaurant or not, except for it'll list the restaurant as available in your app. So my suggestion is if you're ever confused, just look and see what it says is available in your app, and then you can go to that thing if it shows up as available in your app. My guess is people just show up with their Priority Pass card or don't look in the app and just have the QR code saved to maybe their Apple Pay or their Google Pay or the Google Wallet, whatever they're calling it nowadays, and just try and scan it, and then it doesn't work. So definitely verify in the Priority Pass app before you go. So I'm all chipper. I have a morning flight on a Wednesday. Actually, I'm not super chipper. I got a concussion that weekend. I'm fine now, but I was kind of foggy. I couldn't work that week. But I got on the flight. Everything was fine. Land in Minneapolis, MSP, on Sun Country. And my buddy, who's also going to the wedding, also happened to have a layover in Minneapolis, and we both got there at the same time. I land, and I immediately get a text from my buddy that says, our flight's delayed 22 hours. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. So I'm officiating the wedding. This was on Wednesday. The wedding is on Friday. The rehearsal is the next day. So 22 hours, I'm missing the rehearsal. I'm not going to the rehearsal. So I can't rehearse wedding the couple, which is a bit, tough. I skipped ahead a little bit. The flight from Boise to Minneapolis, the flight itself was fine. The plane was older. It was a Boeing 737, the older ones before the Maxes. It had some decent leg room. I was kind of shocked. I think I had a window seat, and the window seat, the divider, the metal bar where you put your that divides where you put your like backpack underneath the chair in front of you. Mine was super big on my side, which was nice. And I always shove a huge backpack under there, so I actually was able to spread my legs out a little bit. The Sun Country app is horrible. The worst thing I've ever used in my life. It literally took me, I think, 5 minutes to wait for loading screens to get my boarding pass. You do get a complimentary snack on board. You do get a complimentary beverage, no snack. And something I thought was super interesting, and if anyone is willing to do this, I would love to receive it. Please DM me. But I was reading through the little pamphlet, and over the PA, they also announced this, that if you have a Sun Country credit card, you get a free premium beverage. But you don't have to swipe your card. All you do is just show your card. So like you could have an old card or a deactivated card or someone else's card, and you just get a premium beverage. So if anyone wants to mail me their Sun Country credit card, I did go to eBay to see if like someone's selling a Sun Country credit card, but Sun Country is so small, I'm not shocked that I couldn't find any results. But hey, if you're interested, let me know. It's issued by FNBO, if anyone's curious, and it didn't have great benefits. One thing I will say, in a previous episode, I did link to a comparison of all of the airline credit cards, which actually had the Sun Country credit card on there. I'll link it again in the show notes. A comparison of airline CCs. And it does say that you get a free premium beverage. Nice. All right, so back to my delayed flight. So we land, flight's delayed 22 hours. I immediately go, I have a premium credit card. My flight's delayed 22 hours. I have trip insurance. Let me call. That only applies for certain circumstances of your trip getting delayed. Like, I think it has to be like a plane malfunction or like air traffic control malfunction. And from what I heard, it didn't apply. What they recommended me do was to contact Sun Country and ask for a detailed explanation of what exactly caused the delay. So I went to Sun Country won't do this over the phone. I called them. They're like, you have to submit a ticket. So I submitted a ticket requesting it. Their turnaround time is 10 to 14 business days, which makes sense because they're A, Sun Country, and B, there's just the cloud strike issue, which I'm sure also impacted them. Also in the email, I asked for more compensation. They did give me a free hotel, which was very nice. It was also really easy to book the hotel. They gave me a $100 flight voucher, which is valid for a year, and they gave me one $30 food voucher, which I thought that's not really great. I'm delayed for 24 hours. One meal for $30 is not fantastic. And then our flight got delayed another hour. I was quoted on the phone it was a staffing issue, but I'm curious to see what the actual issue is what the actual reasoning is when they get back to me. I stayed at the DoubleTree by Hilton in Minneapolis. When I checked in, I was like, ooh, I have my American Express Platinum card. I have like Hilton status. So I, on the way over, checked into the Hilton app, attached my Platinum card, and got whatever status I have with Hilton. And I'm like, I go to the agent, I try to like schmooze him up. I'm like, oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm officiating a wedding. It got delayed. I have like status with Hilton. Is there any way we can get an upgrade? And he's like, no. It's since you're getting it comped from the airline, they want it to be attached to their miles account, not a new one. So we can't do that. I'm like, all right, great, whatever. We stay overnight. Hotel was fine. It was kind of weird. It had like an industrial toilet, if you know what I mean. Like imagine like an office building toilet with like the big plunger on the side, and it goes like. It was like that kind of. It was some gnarly plumbing that they had going on. But when we went back to the airport in the morning, well, actually, while we were in Minneapolis, like, what the hell are we going to do for 24 hours? Unfortunately, the Twins were playing a day game because I would have loved to go at night. I want to go to every baseball stadium in the U.S., and that would have been. When else am I going to Minneapolis? I wouldn't be able to knock it off. But they're playing a day game. The game was ending by the time we arrived, which sucked. So we wound up going to Mall of America, which is owned by the same people that make American Dream Mall in Jersey, which I've been to. So it wasn't like super at all at the indoor amusement park. Wow, oh my gosh, American consumerism. But it turns out Mall of America has a Margaritaville. So we stopped at Margaritaville. And then across the way, there's a Rainforest Cafe, which was kind of lit, not going to lie. I've never been to one before. That was kind of cool. So the next day, we went back to the airport, went to the Escape Lounge in Terminal 1, which was actually really nice. Let's see what I wrote here about the Escape Lounge. Good food, tiered drinks. I've never seen this before. So the lounge had a menu that said if you have a American Express Platinum card or some other card, you get these drinks, which were like the more expensive drink. You can get like the better tequila and the better whiskey. I think they had like Maker's Mark is the better whiskey instead of like Jack Daniels. And then they said some other card, I forget what the card was, but you get other beverages. Also, there were different wine options between the two. All the beer was the same. And I have an American Express Platinum, and the bartender, the one behind the counter, was like, oh, I asked for a white wine that was only on the Platinum card tier. I was like, oh, can I get this? She was like, well, what card do you have? And I was like, oh, the Platinum. And she didn't ask to see it. I did show it, but she did not ask to see it. So if you go to that and you just pull it off, you could just try lying and see how it works. But the lounge food was actually quite nice. I was quite surprised. I have positive opinions of the Escape Lounge in Missouri. Minneapolis. I will say I went to it was really annoying. We landed in Terminal 2 at like 4 p.m. I got the timeline wrong. Let me fix it. Landed at Terminal 2 at like 4 p.m. Delayed 22 hours. What are we going to do? Let's go to the lounge. Why not? Let's just go chill. We have to leave Terminal 2, take a train, go past security, take a free train to Terminal 1, and then go back through security. Got some looks by the agents. Like, you're like, we showed the boarding pass for the flight that was supposed to be coming up because our boarding pass number, like times didn't change. So it looked like we were still fine. We were like, oh, don't worry about it. We're just going to the lounge. And they're like, okay, fine. The Escape Lounge, they scanned my boarding pass, but they didn't check that the time or anything changed. So they didn't really care. So we went in the day that we landed. We wound up getting like 4 or 5 drinks there. We were there for like an hour. It was kind of it was pretty nice. Next day, we finally got our flight. It was totally fine. The flight crew said that the flight wasn't even a scheduled flight. I think they only fly to Boise it was going to Minneapolis to Boise. They only do that like on a Wednesday and a Saturday. So this was a Thursday. So they were like, oh, they just like made this flight for us because they canceled the day before and moved it to the next day. But that went without a hitch. I slept the whole time. And while I was in Boise, we went to Hotel Residence Inn by Marriott, Boise Downtown University. Since I'm a Marriott Bonvoy Platinum Elite member, I got a personal email from the assistant manager, like welcoming me, telling me about the free shuttle service. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath suite. Since I was late, I was the one who checked in. You do get a welcome gift when you check in. The options were some money off of the hotel, like little bar area, not bar, but like snacks area, or some Marriott miles. And the kid that checked in for me chose the Marriott miles, which was fine with me. So then flying back Boise to Logan, I took a crazy flight. I saved like $50. It was an American flight. And I don't know why I did this. I flew Boise to Phoenix, Phoenix to Philadelphia, Philadelphia to Boston. And I think my thought was, I'm leaving late on Saturday. I wanted to get back by Sunday. And this flight, I left like 6 p.m. Boise time and arrived like 7 a.m. Sunday Eastern time. So I was like, I'm just going to sleep in the flights. I'm just going to bite the bullet. It's fine. Save the $50. Boise to Phoenix was delayed an hour, but it was kind of a godsend because the Phoenix to Philadelphia one was a 4-hour layover, but it turned to 3 because of the delay at Boise. There was an escape lounge in another terminal. Also, Phoenix Airport is huge. Like, oh my God. And it's 100 degrees in there and they don't keep it cool enough. It's way too big of an airport. But I was in Terminal 4, which had a Centurion Lounge. So I was like, oh my God, I'll be able to actually use the Centurion Lounge for the first time. I walk the 30 minutes to get there. You can bring guests in. I had my buddy and I couldn't bring him in, which kind of sucked. But I checked in via the app. You have a 30-minute window to check in, but you could probably just do it in person if you walk up to the people. The people there were very nice, very cordial. Hi, welcome to the Centurion Lounge. We're so glad to have you. Thank you for being a proud member. Can I check your... I did give her my QR code. It didn't work. She had to like physically swipe my card. I got there at 8 p.m. on a Saturday in Phoenix, and it was empty. The lounge is totally empty. Guests are $50 unless you spend $10,000 on the card. I haven't, so I didn't bring my friend. They had some like self-serve iced tea and lemonade. The iced tea was really good. It was unsweetened iced tea. I think I had like 3 pitchers of that, but it was like the only good thing there. The lounge is very regular. It was also by Escape. It's an Escape lounge, but it's a Centurion specific lounge. Only Centurion members can, or people that have access to Centurion lounges can go in. The food was terrible. They had like a shredded beef with rice, which was really dry, sauteed veggies, which were like uncooked. There was just a regular green salad. There was tuna salad, and then there was also hummus, which wasn't good, and there was like burnt chicken. It was horrible. There was no to-go food. They had small apples that you could take, some like Chex Mix, and that's it. But the staff was very nice, and then they closed at 9, so I had to leave. If that's what Centurion lounges are, I'm in shock. It was really horrible. I'd love to hear if anyone has like better experiences at Centurion lounges. I plan on going to any other ones that I pass by just to try. I did just book a flight to DCA. I think that's Reagan, which just had a Centurion lounge open. So I'll report back there. Hopefully it's better. I think that's in September. But like, that was a horrible experience. I hated it. And then my final leg was Philadelphia to Boston. It was on American. It was a 50-minute layover, so I literally just got off the plane, went to the next terminal. Or not even the next terminal. It was like 10 gates away, and went to the bathroom, had a drink or some water, and then got on my plane. Quick flight home. And that's it for the trip. All right, back to standard updates. Let me move my tabs around here. So the American Express Gold Card is now live. The new benefits are the fee increasing by $75, which isn't exactly a benefit, from $250 to $325. You have an option of white gold alongside gold or rose gold. You can also now request the new card. So if you have the gold card already, you can request the new white gold. And please, if you request that, can you send me the card image? I'd love to add it to the collection. I actually don't even know if I have a gold. Anything. The pink, the rose gold, the gold. Send me all your cards. I really would love to add them to the collection. So the card earns 4x on restaurants onto $50K limit. Previously, there was no limit. 4x on groceries, limited to $25,000 a year. 3x on flights booked directly with airlines or on American Express Travel. 2x on prepaid hotels and other eligible travel booked through American Express Travel. And 1x on all other purchases. Some new things are a $7 monthly Dunkin' Donuts credit, which is kind of crazy that they added that. For a $325 annual fee card, you get to go to Dunkin'. Cool. You get a $50 semi-annual Resi credit, which I've heard that people are having a hard time actually using, and they've had to like contact customer service for it. So again, not great. You get the same as before, $10 monthly Uber Cash credit. Now you get a $10 monthly Grubhub or Five Guys credit. So it used to be available on Mile Bar and Shake Shack, but now it's available for Five Guys. I hate how Dr. Credit wrote the number 5 for Five Guys. That's not how Five Guys is styled. It's Fiveguys or Grubhub. So maybe those are a little bit better. It pretty much depends on how you use the card. I've shared some links in the show notes on you can request a new card, how to use the Dunkin' Donuts credit. It seems like it explicitly says that you can't reload your gift card in the terms, but people are reloading the gift card and it's working fine. So use that until it gets killed, I guess. And that's it for that card. All right, next. American Express has a Blue Apron deal for spend $50 and get $25 back. These are always good. Blue Apron's pretty yummy. If you haven't done it, you can basically get a free meal out of this. Especially user on Discord, Jason Y, shared that. Where the heck is it? They shared that on some city cards, they have the same deal for $25 on 50 back, and you can stack it with Simply Miles for another 1,200 American Express miles. You You can also check other shopping portals like Rakuten, Capital One Shopping, and some other increased offers. Rakuten sometimes does $60 off or $120 for Capital One for buying $20 from Blue Apron. Right now, Cashback Monitor is showing Blue Apron. Who's good here? $50 City Bonus Center. I don't really know what that is. 15 Rakuten. So you can get almost it for free. You can also get 50,000 points from Chase Ultimate Rewards, which I would probably do. I've had that work pretty well before. And then Barclays also has an offer, which I didn't even know they had a portal. But all options if you'd like to. And shout out Jason Y for sharing that on the Discord. Next, there was a big kerfuffle about Southwest beginning to offer assigned seating next year, which is kind of crazy because they're now slowly shifting towards other airline carriers. I know that the exec was talking about like changing things up, I think to increase profit or it's always increased profit. But I've heard that people like reserve a bunch of seats, like they'll intentionally leave trash on seats so people don't choose them, or they'll just put their luggage in a seat. I mean, that's kind of defeats the purpose of what Southwest is trying to do. So, I mean, I guess just classic American consumers ruining a good thing. And then execs succumbing to the powers of the market. Next, what the heck is allow ads? No. Disney and Hulu and HBO Max are offering a bundle for $16.99 with ads or $29.99 without ads. I currently am paying $17 for Hulu with ads, and I think HBO Max without ads. I have I think $1.99 offer through Hulu that's good for a year, and normally comes out about Black Friday. And then I tack on a Max subscription to that for $16, so $17 total. And then I use my American Express Platinum for the statement credit for streaming services because it comes through as Hulu, and then $17 comes off of there, which is very nice. I'm not sure when this is supposed to come out yet. I don't think it's supposed to come this fall. So I think that's a great offering. The ads are really egregious, to be quite honest with you. $30 is expensive, bro. For what are you buying? You want $360. If we're back to cable, I'm moving on. I'm sad. I got to get over this. Cleed shared that, shout out Cleed, there's upcoming changes to the Kohl's card between September 2024 and March 2025. The online servicing of your account will be updated to Capital One. You'll be notified via your email or mail as to when your account will be transitioned. If you're having any issues, please click here. So it sounds like the Kohl's accounts are being just transitioned to a Capital One account. Maybe they ended their partnership. Next, Bilt announced that they are lowering the rent day cashback limit, or they're adding a rent day cashback limit to max 1,000 points on rent day. Previously, the max was 10,000 points, so a 10x downgrade. A lot of people try pushing all their spend on the first days of the month to double points, so they won't be possible after September. Starting October, you will get double points on the first 1,000 points. For example, if you spend $1,000 in ordinary spend or $3,333.33 on dining spend. And then user Philosopher's Grove did a good breakdown on this. They said, since this means you can only earn 2x on $1,000 of non-category spend each month, and thus only do $12,000 a year at 2x, this also kills the appeal of pursuing the higher elite status tiers. Gold at $25,000 non-rent spend per year, platinum at $50K spend per year going forward, unless you're okay with only earning 1x to hit those levels. Huge NERP. That was a lot. I'm not going to pretend like I really know what all that meant, but it sounds smart. Next, we have for the American Express Gold, annual fee renewals will be increased starting October 1st, according to Tactical Raygun on Reddit, as well as someone on our Amex who asked customer support, who said it will be live on October 1st. Next, user Olympia T shared, and a bunch of people shared, that actually today, the 31st, is the last day to do this. I'm not sure if it'll work today, but you're able to get free limited subscription to Instacart Plus with Chase cards, and then that gets you Peacock, where you can stream the Olympics. So if you want the Olympics for free, and also Instacart Plus comes with a New York Times recipe subscription, which I didn't even know there was a thing. You get an annual New York Times recipe subscription with Instacart. So, I mean, hop on it. I think I might do it after I get off this episode just to see if I can get it to trigger. I think it has to come through as like a statement credit. I think you still pay for it, but it's taken off. So hopefully, even though you made the purchase today, it'll still track, even though it ends today. And also these offers stack. So if you have a bunch of Chase cards, you can do it for a bunch of Chase cards sequentially, and it'll just stack month after month onto your Instacart subscription, which is nice. You just go to instacart.com/store/partnerships/Chase and activate it with another payment method. Next, there's a targeted $20K pay over time offer in your American Express offers. I don't have it. I figured I'd call it out. Next, there was a highlight to Frustration Friday that I wanted to call out. Someone said, it blows my mind how a friend of mine that doesn't make much money isn't more excited or putting effort in when trying to do bank account bonuses. I don't mind spoon feeding to an extent, but like this friend will probably miss their first bank account bonus, $300 for $1,000 direct deposits in 45 days because they refuse to put in basic effort and even just help me help them. And I've definitely experienced this. I mean, anytime I tell people to do these bonuses or I do like this is a hobby, they're like, oh my God, there's so much effort. I couldn't do that. But like, it's good money. Like looking at my financial tracker for this year for sign-up bonuses alone, I've made, let's see, close to $9,000, maybe $8,000 actually for sign-up bonus for between credit card sign-up bonuses, bank account sign-up bonuses, bank account referrals, and credit card referrals. Just for bank account sign-up bonuses, I've made $3,500. Like, yeah, I mean, I spent a decent amount of time on it. I think I spent way too much time on it, but I enjoy it and it's good money. But like, not everybody wants to do it. Someone also said, now that we're in the game, it was user Logming. Now that we're in the game, changing employer direct deposit is a bi-weekly thing for me. I still remember the days when I struggled so much to figure out figured out how to do that. And when I did it for the first time, I was so anxious I could screw something up, an accounting routing number while changing. I too see the same resistance from people in general. Honestly, this hobby needs this hobby needs a lot of bookkeeping and good to-do tools to keep it going. I'm not at all surprised when people say they feel like it's too much work for a small bonus. Yes, most people are not especially organized, and adding a layer of complexity to their lives is not a good idea. I fully agree with that last sentiment. I think a lot of people don't have organization. Anytime I do something at work, even, like I do things very organized. Like I recently got promoted, and I was given like a gift through like a portal, but the portal didn't say how much the gifts were worth. So I was like, I want to get my bang for my buck here. So I went and made like a spreadsheet and like cross-referenced all of this is so ridiculous that I'm saying this. I went and like took the name of the item that was listed on the site, which didn't have a price, and then Googled it and matched the item picture to the actual website that was selling it, and then put in a spreadsheet the actual price, a link to the product, so I can compare and see like which one is more value. And I wound up getting like a marble cutting board that was like worth $150. But I said I did that, and my manager was like, wow, you're like so organized. Even this like spreadsheet to see the value of a gift is incredibly organized. And I'm like, yeah, it just makes sense to me. I don't know. I have to do it this way. All right, enough about that. Next, what the heck is this? Wells Fargo Attune card is earning 4x points on Amazon. So it looks like since Amazon's coding as a bookstore, it's showing up under entertainment, and you're getting 4x in Amazon. So it's interesting that you're getting 4x on Amazon, a $0 annual fee card. I mean, I think the Chase Amazon card earns 5x with Prime and 3x without. You could probably get better with like online shopping with Bank of America. And I think there's some niche cards out there that earn 5x on bookstores, and American Express works as gift cards or works as bookstores. So we'll see how long this lasts. I don't think Wells Fargo intended this, but I don't think maybe they carve it out. I guess we'll see. Next, I was thinking about making a deal alert for this, a lightning deal, but I didn't think it would apply to enough people, and it's still available. So Nest Aware, if you have Nest Aware, it's like Google Nest's home in-home security camera subscription service is offering 50% off when you cancel. So it worked for me. I just went into my Nest Aware subscription, which I pay for my family. It's like $60 for the year. I went in and hit cancel, and before I actually canceled, it had a pop-up that was like, do you want to save $50 in your next sign up? And I just hit yes, and then it's going to renew at half off. It looks like it's also working for Nest Aware Plus, which is $50 to $75. And it looks like it's also working for YouTube Premium. Now, I get YouTube Premium for the student rate, so I don't want to mess with that because I'm valid for that, I think, until March of next year. But it looks like you can get 50% off of that for, I think, a few months maybe. I don't exactly know what the deal for that was. Next, this is still live. Costco still has a $100 DoorDash gift card for $80. Like I said, I have too much money in gift cards already, so not doing that. Wells Fargo, Expedia Group One Key cards are now available for application. If you're interested, I talked about the benefits last time. Not super beneficial, but figured I'd call it out. Next, user No Attempt 8901 called out that Chase pre-approvals are out. I think that they do take into account 524 on the pre-approvals, but definitely know your 524 before you apply for sure. And then just a few more things here. Chase is changing their benefits partner, which like issues their insurance and their insurance coverage. So according to Dr. Credit, this effect will go into account on October 1st, where they're changing their underwriter to Assurant. All the new benefits will be managed through chasecardbenefits.com, where you can view all your claims and such. They're changing the travel accident insurance from $250,000 to $500,000. Auto rental collision is now for vehicles. It's now covering up to $60,000 for eligible vehicles with an MSRP of $125,000 or less. And then emergency evacuation and transportation provider now arranges and provides emergency transport for qualifying events, so cardholder doesn't have to pay upfront and then get reimbursed. That's nice. Seems like all positive changes there, which is kind of rare. Last two things here. The sales tax holiday is coming up here. I shared a link in the show notes to an official site that has all of the different states that have it. So like for example, Alabama has it in February, also in July. Wait, I actually don't know what this site is saying. 2024 dates. I apparently don't know how to read. Like July 19th to 21st, that already passed. September 1st to 7th for Florida, for example. So if you have a big purchase coming up, maybe wait for that. A lot of times they do this for like back to school time. So. And then finally, Capital One has been sending out some scary verification messages where like you log into your business portal and it says you have to call us to keep your account open. It seems like according to Dr. Credit, they just ask questions that are pretty rudimentary, like something about your address, and they ask for information about your business to clear up the issue. So if that pops up and you want to keep the card, definitely go in and take care of that. Give them a call and talk it over. All right, and that'll conclude it for this episode. I'm going to end it with another song by Sweaty Lemon. This one will be So What, which is the third song on their newest album. I'll give a little snippet here, and then you can enjoy it on your favorite streaming service if you want. So thanks as always, and without further ado, here is So What by Sweaty Lemon.
Well, you tell me that I'm crazy, you wouldn't understand. Later on